Rolling.
Absolutely. Here we go. So, you whispered in my ear the other day, George, because you were able to. It's nice, isn't it?
Did I whisper in your ear or did I use the voice?
You were nice and up close and personal, which is how we like it. And the content of that whisper, George, he said, Dune 2's coming out. I've just read the book Dune. I want to watch the movie Dune. Let's watch the movie Dune.
Dean. Dean.
And I said, all right, but only if we watch the bad one. So here we are watching 2021's Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Here on the Poproast podcast, that's what we're doing this evening. Happy to be here, having some fun with the streamer that we're watching it on. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Always there for me, friend.
Yeah.
But
love you, Jeff.
We'll let you know when we're rolling, and we'll enjoy this wonderful movie together.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
No time like the present.
I think it's ready. The rental is going to run out in 3 hours. This movie is 6 hours long, so hopefully we'll be fine. Yeah, so we're on 0-0-0-0, and we're going to press play in
3, 2, 1, go.
Mm-hmm.
Do the countdown then.
3, 2, 1.
Dreams are messages from the deep.
Is it gone to that bit or are we back?
Probably mute it. Don't want to get a copyright strike for that nice Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, I mean,
score.
We can have a little bit of volume. It doesn't have to be 0-0-0-0.
I'm not chancing it.
Okay, sorry, Hans.
Sorry, Hans. Great score, by the way.
Yeah, good job. But you're just gonna have to sit it out for this evening.
Yeah.
We invited you to come on and perform the score live for us, but you declined.
He did. He didn't answer my emails.
Nah. And I love the Buggles, man. Come on. Anyway, here we are. A Legendary Pictures production. And we're in narration time.
Yeah.
Which, we can't just find out the plot of the movie through the context of watching the movie anymore.
Well, no, I mean...
big, long prelude.
It is a bit from Zendaya. Is the actress's name?
Zendaya. We're not up on these things.
I'm pretty sure it's Zendaya.
Correct us in the comments.
That's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, if you could pronounce it in the comments section. Record yourself saying it and tweet us at the Poproast podcast on Twitter. I'm not calling it the other thing.
Yeah.
Moving on. So we've got stormtroopers here. I mean, Arrakis soldiers, whatever. What are they called?
Yeah, they are.
The Emperor himself?
No, they're Arcanons.
The Arcanons?
They're the bad guys.
Arcanons, the Festus from the Addams families. Whole tribe of them. This is where he comes from.
Yeah. That's not the Emperor, by the way, either.
No, that's Dave Bautista. And the Emperor is the he's not Paul Giamatti, is it? But it's a dude like that.
Yeah.
I
can't even remember.
A squidgy old white dude.
I don't think you even... Do you see the Emperor in this film?
He's the long floaty one, isn't he?
No, that's the Baron. That's Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, is it? Sorry, Stellan Skarsgård. No disrespect.
So the Baron...
But you are a squidgy floaty man.
Yeah, he certainly is. He works for the Emperor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only seen this once, by the way, and probably a few months ago. Dune, yeah. I don't love it like people seem to love it. I haven't read the book, so that's fine. But you on the other hand, you can't get enough of this, can you?
I've become a fan pretty steadfast.
You're a fanboy. Like, you're a Dune boy.
I am. I'm a Dooner.
A Dooner. Dune head.
Dune head. Terrible. Yeah. I don't know.
So you read the book?
I read the book.
Recent?
I liked, as most sci-fi. I haven't read a lot of sci-fi novels, so it gripped me, and I watched the Lynch one first, and I thought it was.
Did you watch the Lynch one pre-book or after the book?
After the book, yeah. Literally the day I finished the book, I watched that.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice way to wrap that little experience up.
Yeah.
Completely ruin it with the David Lynch one. Yeah, that's cool.
But I did find like a lot of the dialogue and stuff was like just lifted from the book.
Yeah.
I know David Lynch has famously said that he didn't get final cut and the film was like a tremendous failure for him, and wasn't a great experience. But
yeah,
we're not talking about that. We're talking about.
I would like to clarify my contradictory statements, though. I did say I have said at various points that both of these movies are bad, but at least the other one is weird, and I like it. This isn't
weird.
It's weird, but like slow and droll and weird, And the other movie, Say What You Want, is definitely not those other two things.
It's 80s. It's very much a product of its time.
Yeah, but I'm aware, I'm in the minority. Most people just think it's bad. I enjoy it for what it is.
I definitely got some laughs out of it.
Yeah. As somebody who doesn't know the book either, though, so that's probably, I just see it as just a weird, kitschy, old movie. So it's fine.
But yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about this.
Yeah. So when we're talking about kitschy and weird, we got Timmy Chalamet.
Yeah, was this
Timmy Shams?
Was this a breakout role for him? I don't know.
No, he's been appearing in a bunch of other things.
I saw him in Wonka.
Yeah, I haven't seen Wonka.
Still not.
But he's been slowly climbing his way up. He's like the popular, like young it guy the last few years, and I haven't seen him in a great deal of stuff. I don't watch those cute little, dramas and things that he's appeared in. I'm sure they're fine, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about his performances. It's not just like where they're just trying to shove a guy in your face and he's not that good.
No, he's definitely.
I don't think he's the next coming of Christ. But he's fine in this. He's intense and he's broody enough, and he, you believe it. It's still a little bit morose, but you do believe it.
God, everyone's morose in this film except for
Momoa. Yeah. Man with the worst name in history.
Why?
Duncan, Idaho. Duncan, Idaho.
It doesn't sound that inspired, I'll give you that.
I mean,
compared to a lot of the other,
the main character is just called Paul.
Yeah, that is a bit lackluster as well, but
flying a big mosquito spaceship doing witchcraft, in a desert planet called Arrakis, and it's just. But I'm Paul, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'll be here all evening. At
least the surname's interesting. Atreides.
That's what I mean. That's a cool name.
I like these guys, the bubble-headed.
Yeah,
I've forgotten the name of the race.
This is.
There's a lot of different, races of people from other planets that I will forget. I've already forgotten.
That's one of my issues with this. Like, it's just so. Like, kind of beating you over the head with all this like intricate like political, in establishing all the different things and how everyone interacts and like the 10,000 years of history, and it, if you're gonna do all that stuff, you need to make I need a bit. I can't just be looking at pretty paintings. You know, I'm watching a movie.
Maybe
You
you should read the book then.
I get that it does look good. That's a good point. Is there any paintings in the book? Some pictures? No. Maybe not.
There is an appendices though with a lot of. But yeah, again, I get you. Like,
but then keep it as a book. Then, like, if that's where it works and it doesn't work in the visual medium, I mean, don't get me wrong. This movie is very well made. It looks really cool and, you know, slick to look at. You know,
really cool.
It's pretty cool. You know, you get nothing but in-depth analysis here.
It is visually striking.
It's visually striking, but also it is very like there's not a lot of movement. You know, there's not a lot of excitement in the way that it's shot. It's like, if you're going to give me all this politics, you've got to find a way to spice it up. Excuse the pun, but you know,
I don't know if it is as heavy. It could be a lot heavier on the politics. There's a lot of stuff that's held back. I mean, yeah, you get the gist of things. But I don't know. I have to push back on that. But
it's just serious Star Wars, isn't it? but it tries to like pump itself up to be so much more highbrow than that, and it's just miserable Star Wars.
It's miserable stuff.
It's like Zack Snyder directed. This is Zack Snyder directed Star Wars. That's what this is.
There'll be a lot more lens flare if it was Zack Snyder.
No, there's slow-mo in this. You know, nobody smiles.
There's far more slow-mo in. I mean, Rebel Moon was just like every battle scene was fucking slow-mo, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. At least it was exciting.
I don't know. I
like watching people get impressed.
One thing I will say. There's far less sandworm action than I was hoping for, but I don't know. I like the design of like the spacecrafts.
Yeah, they're fine. Look at that thing. It's just like a big burnt hamburger. Not a lot going on there. The mosquito. Dragonfly things or whatever,
and Anthropters, yeah,
Anthropters.
That's what it's called.
What they called.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little bit close to anthrax in my liking.
Now who's the morose one?
Well, yeah, they might as well be harvesting anthrax. They
I think
all look half dead anyway. But no,
I don't think it's. I do agree. Like a lot of the performances are very stoic, or like, you know, you could say draw. But like, I think it calls for that in a way. I don't know. Let's say it is kind of like Star Wars.
It's not a lot of fun to be had, is there?
Wars.
Yeah, it's a very serious storyline. It's fine, but also, you know, do something. No, a bit more movement and something that's going to really keep me invested. What would you do if you didn't have us talking over it? You know what I mean?
Probably just enjoy the film.
All right. Well, you've enjoyed it 4 times. You could.
This will be the 4th time.
This will be the 4th time. So you 1 out of 4.
I've watched it 3 times and I feel like I'm having to defend it now. No,
it is. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
but you know, we're not called the Happy Talk podcast, are we? So you know, like, get off my back.
I don't know. I'm interested to see part 2. I've heard some. Well, I haven't really looked at reviews. I've had some people on Instagram or in the States who have seen it this week who talked up, said it was, you know, great. So
yeah, I've heard the same.
But yeah, let's keep making the comparisons. But in the Lynch one, they kind of just crammed it all into one film, whereas this, you know, obviously 2-parter
stretches it
out, but like there's a lot more
longer than a desert planet. You know,
Well,
like
there's a lot more in the Desert Planet, which will be in part 2. Well, I'm assuming like the rest of it will be all there. So if it's
so that's Dune 2 now with even more brown.
It's orange,
Can't orange, yeah,
beige.
It still looks like shit depending on what you've eaten that day. You know what I mean? There's plenty of shades of brown. There's enough for everyone.
But yeah, Oscar Isaac.
He really sells this like intense, charismatic leader.
Yeah.
And he's got a little bit more personality to him than a lot of the other characters, which I suppose is the point, you know, is to make it more devastating later on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess
that really says something about us as a society, doesn't it? We're only going to make likable characters so that bad things can happen to them just to manipulate you. We can't just have
you can't just naturally have an emotional.
Can't just have a nice dude just casually like just gliding his way through the movie, you know. Just let me have one character who's not like struggling under the pressure of the 10,000 tons of sand, you know.
Yeah.
But I like Oscar Isaac. He's always reliable, and sometimes he does things that are, you know, a little bit above and beyond what he needs to, you know.
Yeah.
I mean that in a good way.
Well, we're looking at Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, was he in Don't Call Me Your Maybe? Is that the name of the movie that I'm thinking of?
Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me By Your Name. There you go. Don't Call Me Maybe. Is that a fucking... Oh, it's a Carly Rae Jepsen song, isn't it? Call Me Maybe. Oh, great. I got that mixed up. Yeah.
Nice.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Nice little twist. Because you never know what we're going to say sometimes, George. Yeah.
You never do.
You ain't got a clue what's coming. You know.
And he got hands off his fancy sovereign ring.
Yeah. For 6 years I carried this ring in my ass.
I saw something, you know what, that threw me for a loop when I was looking at the cast and I see Christopher Walken's name up. I was like, he's not in this film, is he?
Is he?
And I looked at the cast. No, he's not.
I was going to say,
maybe he's in
robots
part 2.
in. There's no robots in this, is there? It's not like a voice of a computer system or something. They don't have any of that stuff.
Was that?
It's weird. They've got like interstellar travel, but they, you know, they still kind of live like they're living in an old time, you know, and that's always fun. But sometimes it does mean that there's a little less freedom with what you can do, like visually and stuff, you know, which is why I say like probably works so much better as a novel.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. This is better than majority of like a lot of like your standard fare blockbuster stuff. This is better than those, but I just wish we didn't have to lose a smile in the process. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there is a distinct lack of smiles.
And the only one that does it is fucking Jason Momoa, like shitty and grin all over the place. Like,
I found it very jarring in the second half of the film when you see him clean shaven. I don't know why. I'm guessing maybe it had something to do with
because all the sand gets caught in your beard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Oscar Isaac still had one.
Yeah, the rest of them did.
But he maybe had like dreadlock beard, you know, one of them ones is like, oh, this is getting crazy. It's drying out. It's going frizzy. Like, this is not working. And how are they going to see my beautiful smile? They need to know that I'm the one mean mugging the camera every second that I'm on screen. But anyway, Josh Brolin's in this.
He is, and his character is written pretty much how he plays it. He's a grumpy old wartime. That's one thing that wasn't. He's like a musician in the novel, and he carries this thing called a balisset, which is like a 9-string. Like, it sounds like a uke or like it's a stringed instrument. like a mandolin thing.
Yeah.
But
Or mandolini.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't play it.
Mandolini,
he's not seen with it at all. Mandolini.
No, it's just fun to say.
And I don't believe he has it in the Lynch one either. But I can't remember who plays that character in the Lynch film.
No clue. All I remember is who is it? Carl McLachlan or whatever.
Carl McLachlan.
McLachlan. I don't know. And is it Sting?
Sting.
Yeah.
Sting's basically the Batista character.
Yeah.
The Baron's nephew.
Who's not really in this one that much.
Not really.
If I'm remembering it correctly, I remember there being a couple of the characters in this that I was surprised. They're like, and they're just like, you're going to get more of those in the sequel.
Yeah.
And they're just setting them up with like significant actors now.
Well, again, like the role that Batista plays is
Batiste, that's good. Dave
Batiste. Yeah, again, more of him in the second part. David Dasmalchian.
Oh, he's always fun.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I wish he wouldn't just get like these weird, quirky roles. I'd like to just stick him in, like a more like normal kind of just character, not like a weird, oddball character, but just like throw him in something and just have him be a guy.
I'm sure he loves that though, because he is quite an odd guy.
Oh yeah, he's got like a comic book series or something. He's got all this different stuff going on.
I believe he has a company that makes custom coffins and stuff.
Custom coffins, right? Yeah. I did hear or read that somewhere. I knew it was something weird.
It's in the death business.
He loves all that, and I'm pretty sure he's got he's done like a graphic novel or something as well.
Yeah,
at some point.
Interesting.
He's always fun. Yeah. Like I say, I just throw him as like the best friend in a rom-com, and don't make him have like a weird accent or no eyebrows.
I don't know if you take that. He might,
but just play it completely straight, and that's why it's funny. Because you're just unsettled because he still looks like him, so you're still like slightly unsettled, and you're waiting for like the weird turn, and it just doesn't happen. That's tension. That's drama. That's David. That's Malchi. Give me a call. Yeah.
Write that up. Yeah.
But he does kind of look like somebody shaved Pinhead, though.
He does.
Somebody plucked them all out and put polyfiller.
Or he got alopecia.
Is that how it works? Do you think the nails or the pins grow out like hair?
Nah.
Because then if Pinhead got alopecia, then they fall out.
The pins fall
it means that it would grow like hair, and then he has to maybe he has to get like a file like Hellboy and sand it down.
I assume they've been forced in, not grown out.
Maybe.
He's in hell.
I mean, he talks a big game, but maybe he doesn't really partake. It's like it's like them fake nails that you can put over the top of your head. It's like an arrow's gone through your head.
Right.
So it's just like a net mask thing that he puts on his head, over his head in the morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, here comes big scary. Like this man can take all that pain. You better not fuck with this guy." And then he's just like gets in at night, and he just takes it off and just puts it on a bedside cabinet, and he goes to sleep. He might do.
He's a poser.
He's a fraud, absolute fraud. He can't even have the lights on during Missionary. He's the most vanilla, basic person. That's the Hellraiser reboot I want to see. I do want to see that new one though.
It's all right.
Yeah, I've heard it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway. I'll say fine. It's.
Is it slightly less than fine?
Yeah.
Okay. But not horrible.
No.
Okay, that's fun. Although maybe a Hellraiser movie should be horrible, George. Maybe that's the pain. You know what I mean? So it's art is supposed to evoke the emotions that the characters are feeling, and they're in pain. Therefore, we're going to make a subpar reboot, and therefore you will be in pain when you're watching the movie. It's like 4D, maybe even 5D. I'm not sure how it works.
It inflicts the
emotion,
eternal torment.
Yeah.
And we have this little the Gom Jabbar test.
Yeah, we're getting ready for
the hand in the box.
The big hand in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's like deal or no deal.
Dune
or no Dune.
Dune or no Dune.
Because if you don't do it, then I guess the movie just stops.
Deeb or no Deeb.
Deeb or no Deeb.
Is it
hashtag Deeb or no Deeb if you want to tweet at us.
Does anyone use hashtags anymore?
Well, we're bringing it back.
We'll bring it back.
We're bringing Twitter back, taking the name back for the people, and we'll take the hashtag back.
And the Reverend Mother's bringing back this headdress box thing.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that is. A lot of interest in headwear in this film.
Yeah. But also it's like, this is a bit of a weird thing that they have to go through and do. It doesn't look that fucking hard. Like, just get in there.
How do you know?
Fucking do the breath thing. Practice the word or whatever. You know, like, get that shit going on. If they can, my point is, if they've got people that can learn to do this stuff, why are they still just struggling so much in the galaxy that they're having to deal with all this bullshit?
Well, not all of them can learn this, and
even a couple of them.
1,000 years or
even
whatever.
A couple of them, like, all you've got to do is like do the thing on groups of people, and then you do more groups of it, and you just fuck everyone up, and you know, slowly just take over and eliminate all the other. They should have figured this out.
Because it's a patriarchy thing.
10,000 years of this shit. 10,000 years.
Yeah,
but we had to wait for Paul. It's all right, everyone. Paul's coming.
Oh, I know.
All this fucking society of fucking creepy witch ladies. Like, come on, get your heads together and get a plan going on. Stop. Now they are, but they've waited 10,000 years for Timothy Chalamet. Imagine you wait 10,000 years for a legendary warrior and Timothy Chalamet shows up. You're like, well, that's just fucking great, isn't it?
Better than Carl McLaughlin.
No disrespect him,
I don't know.
But
who is?
I would be a little bit disappointed.
Who is better? Who is the better Paul?
Well, I would feel safer if Kyle showed up.
Yeah,
because that looks like a man who can start some shit.
You think so?
He might hide in the closet and wait for you to go to sleep and then jump out and stab you in the night, but he'll get it done. You know,
jump out and stab you.
He'll
buy you a Heineken.
He will absolutely. he'll get it taken care of. I would take Kyle over Tim any day if they had to defend me. You know. But then they're like, oh no, it's all right because Jason Momoa is coming as well. It's like, oh great. Who's he called? And they're like, oh, it's Duncan Idaho. I'm like, oh, well, fucking hell. Okay. What's in the box? Imagine he just pulls out Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Plot twist. It's Brad Pitt's head.
Brad Pitt's head. This is the alternate universe. This is what happens when he dies. The world descends into sand and madness.
Sand and Madness. Band name.
Sand and Madness. That's a good band name.
Sandness.
Sandness. The Sandy Sand Boys. Timmy and the Sandy Boys.
Trying to look up through the Reverend
debut album, Duncan Idaho.
Don't get in, hide, no. Fucking hell, I can't even talk.
Fucks you up.
Yeah, this reminded me of Phantasm. I don't know if you've ever seen Phantasm.
I'm familiar, or I've heard of it. I'm aware of it, but I don't know. I've seen it.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where a woman makes a boy put his hand in a box, and I'm guessing that was probably obviously that was like late 70s, so could well have been influenced by the novel.
Well, obviously, I mean, when did the Dune novel come out, George? Do we know
The
this?
60s.
So yeah, so it did come before Star Wars. So we got to have that.
Fact check that.
Got to have that in there as a caveat to everything else that I say, comparing it to Star Wars. That's fine.
We're in 1965.
Yeah, but you know, they come on, yeah, do something else. If you do Dune, right, and then George Lucas does Star Wars, and then you're like, right now we're gonna do Dune the movie, up the ante, or don't bother. You like, if you're not going in an upward trajectory, then what are we still doing? And I'm talking, I don't mean in upward trajectory in terms of quality, but I mean of excitement, George, thrills, visual wonder.
For the family-friendly sci-fi novel adaptation.
Doesn't have to be family friendly, but this could be edgy and epic, like Rebel Moon.
You went there with that, did you?
No. Obviously, this is better than Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
But I wish. All right, so if Dune is here and Rebel Moon is here, I want it right here. You know what I mean? Give me in that sweet spot. Give me. I want to have my cake and I want to eat it.
You don't want sand in it.
And I'm tired of people telling me that I can't fucking have excitement and thrills, George, or I've got to sacrifice quality. You know, do better. You had all this time when you strike, had your little break. You had time to be cracking away, making some cool new shit.
That was probably all made before the fucking strikes happened anyway, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, this is made.
No, I mean part 2 even was probably.
Yeah, they only pushed it back because I think they wasn't sure. Oh, because they wanted to promote it because they've got such a stacked cast. And they want, and because the strikes are on, they couldn't do the talk show circuits, and the actors wouldn't even be allowed to talk about the movie. And I think, considering the first one would have done a lot better had it not had the pandemic wrapped around it, but it still managed to crawl up to like 400 and plus million.
Christopher Walken is in part 2.
He's in part 2. Spoiler alert.
The Emperor.
Ooh, that'd be fun. So would he be all bald and white then, like everyone else?
No.
Or is the Emperor different?
Yeah, he's different to the Baron.
Ooh, different. Another looking person enters the fray. So get ready for that. I mean, I can't wait to hear Christopher Walken delivering some of this dialogue. So I'm not going to try and do it because I can't do it.
It's strange how, the Baldies, they all have like almost, I mean, the ones that you see capture Paul and, I can't remember them all, Jessica. When they get captured, the Baldies have them in the ship. They're all like Cockney, almost. Like the dialogue is not quite how it is in the book. Like it's very like, I don't want to say how to say it. It is almost Cockney, or it's just like dumb speak, basically. Words are all out of order, but I forget what my point was.
No.
I was trying to have a look to see, because you said the stacked cast of the second one. I'm like, who else is in it?
Well, everyone from this one, plus like
some extras,
some new people. Christopher Walken, new actor on the scene. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's coming in there hot, breaking out in his first role at the age of 89 or whatever he is. But you've got Austin Butler, who was just in Elvis. You've got Florence Pugh, who was just in a bunch of movies. She's kind of like, some might say she's the female Timmy Chalamet, hot and upcoming, and is really like being one of the it people of the last sort of half a decade, almost. So that's fun. I mean, I haven't seen her in loads of stuff either, but I haven't been blown away by her yet. But I do want to see Fighting with My Family, because I did hear that was a fun movie. Right. And she was in that, I think. So, but yeah, so she's in this. Austin Butler's in this, looking like a, young Fester, little mini Fester.
Bollocks.
And he looks like he's having a fun time just screaming at people from the bits and pieces that I've seen of the promotion for Dune 2. Haven't seen Elvis, but I find this whole thing ridiculous where he said that he had to get a vocal coach to get out of the Elvis accent because he got so lost in the voice of the Elvis, and he got so wrapped up in the mind and the soul of Elvis, and he was embodying the spirit, and I just connected with him so much. It was like he was with me and he didn't want to leave because Elvis loved me and respected me and my work, because as much as I respected his, obviously.
Says Anna Taylor-Joy is in part 2, but it doesn't say.
Oh yeah, you know what? They only announced this recently, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. I hope she's a bald whitey as well, because she's so like cool looking anyway. And I think if she was one of those people, I think that'd look striking.
Christopher Walken is the Emperor. Yeah.
Oh, he's the Emperor. Of course. But yeah, I mean, I do like Anya Taylor-Joy. I think they need to. Again, she's not quite a female David Dastmalchian, but let's keep trying to force her into just roles, and let's just let her just be a character, like she's in this Furiosa prequel that they're doing, which that looked terrible. I think we talked about that one time on the show
briefly.
Looks bad. That trailer was really bad, and I could see how on paper Anya Taylor-Joy in a George Miller Furiosa movie, that should be awesome. But just no, we could just phone this in with CGI and not bother and do any of the things that actually made the other one good. So maybe the story's good, and maybe there's enough in there to make it good, but it's not looking good for that. But I like Anya Taylor-Joy otherwise. Queen's Gambit, she was good. I even liked the New Mutants movie, which was what's generally considered as a disastrous X-Men movie spin-off that got delayed for 4 years because of rewrites and reshoots, and then a pandemic, and then it just ended up getting dropped on a streaming service at one point, on Hulu, I think, or something.
All right.
Anyway, and that had a really cool cast. They were all hip and upcoming. Do I say hip? Is anyone
did say hip?
Well, they are hip. Everyone's hip. Hip hip hooray! But they yeah, I actually quite liked that. It was like a cool it was almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street, like Dream Warriors, like bunch of kids in a mental asylum, but they've all got powers, but they don't know they've got powers, and they're all having nightmares and stuff's going on, and it's spooky spooks. But I thought it was actually quite good, and I think it only got shit on because of all the clunky kind of delivery of the movie, of the promotion and stuff.
So, anyway, back to
Dune.
We're now on Arrakis.
This movie is long enough for us to do commentary for 4 other movies during this movie, and then still come back in time for the third act. Yeah. That's the beauty of this. It's just so spacious with the cinematography that we're able to maneuver within these luscious landscapes. So that's fun.
Yeah, so we're now on Arrakis, finally on the Dune sand planet.
Yeah, we're starting to move now.
And there they are, the anti-fropter things, the mosquito
and
crafts.
Anclopters.
And
Anthropters.
Yeah, did I say anti-fropter?
You said Anthropters.
Yeah, I think it is.
But then I said Anclopters. Anclopter, at least. Anclopter.
It's interesting head wear again. Pretty.
Yeah, in a windy desert planet. Let's hang a load of fucking beads on my face, because the last, what do I need more? I need more shit in my eyes than what I'm getting on this fucking dust planet.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
it's like some of them had headgear on, and like none of them are like, spitting from the fake sand that's blowing in their face.
Yeah. Look, I get like it's culture, and I want culture to develop, but also, don't be dumb about it. Like, if your culture says I've got to walk around with a sandbag over my head, then I'm going to do that regardless of how many times I keep falling into sandworm pits. No, you develop your culture in the way that you can take the sandbag off your head and see where you're going. And at least then you're only going to get eaten when you know it's happening. So that's fine. But yeah, not a lot of crazy technology, but then they do just throw in these crazy helicopters.
Ornithopter.
Yeah, Ornithopter.
Ornithopter.
Oh, mate. Any Dune fans watching this will be fucking
raving at me for the
raging
hour and a half.
Because not only did he get the name wrong, but then I just started ripping the wrong name. So then does that make my joke better or does that make them worse? Either way, he got it wrong. I don't know.
And I read the book.
He read the book. And they probably said it at least like 20,000 times. Paul was getting on the Anthropter. What is it? The Ornithopter. Paul was getting on the Anthropter.
I can't even see how long. Isn't that weird?
It is a little bit inconvenient.
It's extremely inconvenient.
But we're just riding the wave, riding the sand wave. We're in it. There's no escaping. Icarus. Oh no, we've got the information. We are 40 minutes in. If anyone wants to just check in, 40:08, 40:09, and we are still in Sandland.
Yeah, you just got to Sandland technically. So
yes, but we get used to it because we're going to be here for a bit.
Yeah,
it's a reasonably significant locale in the Dune universe, from what I've been told.
And I mean, that's where the dunes are at.
That's where the dunes are. Just find something else and mine something else on a different planet. Like 10,000 years, and you just keep going back to this one planet. Like, oh, well, one thing is working for us, so we're just going to keep doing that, even though it's like causing all these problems, all this stuff. Like, ain't there a jungle planet with like some really nice mahogany or something that they can all just go and raid?
No, because it's for the spice, right? And the spice helps control the people. It's like a drug.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If you can travel the galaxy, you've got to at one point think, well, there's going to be other stuff on other planets. It might be like an even spicier spice.
Maybe they have found these other
it's worth
things, and they weren't as spicy as a spice.
I would say, given
maybe it's the spiciest spice.
Given all the hassle that they've got and all this spice, like, you think they would have at least had a look around for something else. That's all I'm saying. Just have a little scout. Just send a couple of Anclopters out there and
Ornithopter
and have a look. Ornithopters, and then get them out there. Get the Ornithopters out there. Or whatever it is they load onto a bigger, a bigger clopter, and they go to just send some scouts. Find something else. There's probably better drugs out there. Don't do drugs, but there probably is.
Yeah, definitely don't do spice.
Don't put none of that spice.
None of that spice that we have.
Yeah,
it's the prison drug, isn't it?
Yeah, and the street value like tripled when they heard that Denis Villeneuve was going to be directing the reboot, because even your local, drug peddlers love a bit of Denis. Blondie wrote a song about him.
Did he?
Yeah, Denis.
I didn't know that was about him.
Absolutely. That's just how influential this true auteur of our generation really is.
Had a song written about him before he was even born, probably.
Absolutely. That's how good he is.
I don't know how
like Arrival, his presence traverses space and time, so it was felt retroactively in the 70s in New York.
Man, why have I got a fucking Spider-Man?
You seen any of his other films? You got any
Arrival?
You're a fan?
I know I've seen Arrival. I don't remember. I remember it looking great. I don't remember that much about it. Is there anything else?
I think he did Prisoners.
I haven't seen that.
Is that one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman? I think something like that. I haven't seen that one. Sicario he did with the Mexican cartel, FBI, whatever bust movie on the border with
I did Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry, we'll get to that, George. And I'm not talking about on a separate video.
No, I mean, we've got plenty of time to talk about it.
Oh, it's nice.
He's actually.
It's nice.
Oh yeah, he was born in '67, so that song could well be about him.
Yeah. So Sicario's fun. Josh Brolin's in that as well.
Isn't that a remake of?
I don't think so. I think it's based.
Oh no, I'm thinking of
maybe.
I'm thinking of Serpico.
Oh no, that's a separate thing.
That is
Al Pacino.
Yes.
And who's the other actor? Oh, I think it's. Yeah, who's the other guy in Sicario? Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro. I want to say
John Bernthal
or Javier Bardem
from Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro.
Benicio. I was right. There we go. Sicario's fun. I mean, it's not fun. It's a pretty depressing movie. Surprise.
Well,
you know, imagine this, but less spaceships and more like people getting hung in the street in Mexico. So it's a real rollicking adventure, that one. But it's pretty good. The performances are really strong, and it looks nice, even though it does commit that thing that I hate they do, where anywhere in a hot country, you just got to be like, let's get that orange lens on the camera now, please. Yeah, let's just. If you could just go buy some pulpy orange juice, come back over here and just smear it all over the camera lens, you know. Oh, and that's going to cook in the sun and get like really, really manky. That's going to be great. Yeah, let's just leave that in the lens and let's get rolling. I'm Denis. I'm an auteur.
Didn't know you were such a cinematographer.
Oh, you know,
I know all the techniques.
Got to be well versed in this, you know. But I mean, you can't fault them because at least they're doing it practical, you know. So I'll give them that much. For this shot, we just thought we'd stick a load of dirty bits of carpet right in front of the camera, and then have Timmy just sort of stare into it like, you know, it's the last thing he'll ever see.
Is it
and a weird little bug thing.
Hunt the killer bug.
I'm surprised that's all they've got, really. Like massive worms, tiny flies. Like, what's that about? Where's the equity? You know what I mean?
What is the in between?
And the real reason is because
it
would be crazy. It would be just batshit crazy. It'd be shit everywhere. Crazy caterpillars writhing around, you know, big old grasshoppers, sandhoppers, I guess. There you go. Sandhoppers, you know, get in there. If they're making Dune 3, you've got enough time to work that in the script. Sandhoppers, call me Denny.
Those creepy. Ugh.
I mean, that kind of looks like it could be a sandhopper.
It's like a half-human spider.
Oh, call it a sandhopper.
Spider, but it has human hands. It looks like it's in a gimp suit.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got Skarsgård on the scene. Wearing my too long dress. David
He is pretty
could use a
gross.
couple more inches. Oh yeah, he's the worst. I mean, as far as the villain goes, like he's not doing anything particularly cool or unique, but he's pretty nasty. You know, you definitely want this guy to go the fuck down. So that's something to root for. We all like a bit of that.
Definitely an improvement on the Lynch Baron.
Do we know who played him in the Lynch? Because I have no. I saw the Lynch movie like in the 90s, probably. I was young.
I don't know, but it was just a comical portrayal, and it was just flying around, screaming and stuff. Oh, why are you doing that? Give me the cast. Oh, we've hit radio silence.
Arrakis is Arrakis, George. It would always be Arrakis. It's just desert for fucking miles. Get us away from here. We're the rich people. If anyone's going to find something else to get rich off of, these guys are going to find it, surely. But they're just committed to fucking banging their head against this fucking sand wall. And I mean, I get that this spice must be good.
Kenneth Macmillan was the Baron. Died in 89. What else was he in? Nothing I've heard of.
No, it didn't work out for the Baron that time.
I mean, he'd done plenty of stuff.
Oh yeah, working actor, but we still had to look you up.
He died in 1980.
Shit, no due respect to the original,
he was in Serpico.
To the original Baron.
It all comes around.
Serpico. There we go. See,
uncredited, but
yeah.
You know.
Well, all right.
There you go.
He's still in Serpico, George. What have you done? Take it away from him with the uncredited.
He was in Salem's Lot as well.
Notable.
Yeah. Yeah. I did very much enjoyed this Hans Zimmer score.
See this guy, right? With the little brolly, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just naturally was born with like a weak like skin, like pigmentation or whatever, you know. And
he's a mentat, so they're like human computers. He's got this thing on the side of his neck.
But like, when you build in like a better protective thing, you know,
skin.
What can we not work that out before we start like putting computers in your head? That would be my priority. I don't want to add extra stuff until I can do all the regular stuff at the same level as everybody else. If we're gonna,
I mean, there is
give him a brolly, he'll be right.
Hole in that design, I guess. I mean, that's one point is literally that's brought up here because where that little bug thing comes in, someone breached the security of you know, which he's in charge of, and he's like, you have my resignation because I fucked up. And he's like saying, well, it doesn't go into as much depth as it does in the book that he's aging and things are like, you know, getting past him, whatnot. But if you're a human computer, should you not just be able to like reboot and I don't know, update the RAM or something?
And I get it. He's just, some people are born with, you know, different problems, and he just happened to be the one guy in the Dune universe. He's like, no, you're not cut out for this shit, son. Sorry. Like, you done left yourself in the wrong fucking book, son. Like,
I don't know.
You need to be in Star Wars so you can have like a helmet or something. Make this man a Mandalorian, get that shit under the cover. So, bear in mind, he's a good actor. Sorry, good character actor.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
Sorry, I did look up the Mentat definition. They're known as human computers. They're not actually technically human computers. So My bad.
They're just a little bit smart and a little bit weird. That's fine.
Yeah. What's his name? Stephen McKinley Henderson.
Stephen McKinley Henderson. That's a fun name.
Oh, yeah. Javier Bardem.
See, this just when you think like there's not enough famous people in this, and they just throw Javier Bardem at you, and then like you watch for another 4 hours, and then all of a sudden like this throws Zendaya at you. And then by the time you see David Bautista
again, on the fucking table, and they're all like,
yeah.
But that's a sign of respect.
It is. But I remember the first time I watched this, I forgot David Bautista was in this by the time I got around to him, like the second time. Briefly.
Yeah. Again, he's
like,
going to have a lot more screen time in part 2. But yeah.
Like, he's a dude who was born to play one of those dudes. You know, he's got that vibe. That's
what about him?
No,
Batista.
Batista, yeah.
Yeah.
He's perfect for that look. Like, he looks cool with it.
Yeah.
But the other ones kind of just look like sweaty and gloopy, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Say like Neanderthal.
Is all that white makeup melting in the sun, innit? That'll get you.
Like Cockney Neanderthal types. Yeah, what was I looking at?
Beautiful eyes, Javier Bardem. That's always nice. Glowing blue eyes.
Yeah, they're always described as blue in blue eyes in the book. So I would have thought like they're literally like all blue, like no white.
Give me 2 different shades of blue if you're going to call it blue in blue. I mean,
I guess they are kind of.
I mean, it's very light blue on the outside.
Yeah,
but it's kind of got a blue hue to it. Blue
hue and the white.
Blue hue. Know a bit of that. He's like double Aryan, you know what I mean? That's good.
Extra pure.
Extra pure. Didn't get the blonde, so maybe it evens out and he's just a regular bastard. I don't know.
That would help him out in sand, to be fair. The lighter. No, it wouldn't really, would it? Because you would have fairer skin probably if you have, unless, I don't know.
Why are we not just, at this point, why are they not just being born with like goggles attached to their face? Like they've just evolved over the years to have like protective layers. Or the, like, you know, like these Kanye glasses from the 2000s, you know.
Those look very impractical, especially if you're in the sand.
I think that surely they would be more practical for the sand than they are for real life. Like, you know. I would assume so. That's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. Blocking out.
If you throw me on sand. If you're dropping me on Arrakis and you're like, right, you can have blue eyes, you can have Kanye glasses or nothing.
Yeah.
Just like, give me fuck's sake, give me the Kanye glasses, I guess.
I feel like it would obscure your vision more than anything, to be honest. But yeah, Jason Momoa without a beard does look odd. I'm pretty sure I saw people talking about that. It's true.
I'm sorry, I've got to defend this glasses thing. You would get 50% less sand in your eyes. You would sacrifice 50% vision, but you get 50% sand in your eyes. I think that's a reasonable trade on a sand desert, sandstorm hellscape.
Yeah. All right.
I'll get them in lime green, thanks. Cool, yeah. Moving on. Right. Back to the ornithopters.
Ornithopter. Say it right.
The judge
so you boys,
change.
This is the only character gender change in the book. You have
woke bullshit. What gender change? What do you mean? There's more than one gender?
I don't know what you mean.
All right. So why do you think they did? Have they said? Have you got any info on that?
No.
They just did it and fucking deal with it. Right on. If
it
don't matter, called the judge of change.
Well,
it's in the name. You can fucking change if they want. The judge of change. If you're going to change anyone, judge of change. There you go.
There you go. Makes sense, I guess.
It does absolutely make sense.
But yeah, there is a lot more like patriarchal stuff from the novel. Like, you know, like you have technically the Duke's wife Rebecca Ferguson's character.
Yeah.
The mother is like they're saying like she's just like a concubine, and he didn't marry her for political reasons, so that I mean it doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff where there's characters might have they can have wives, or they can choose to have a wife as a servant, and then they can have their wife as well, or there's a lot of stuff that's just been like we'll do away with that.
Yeah. Don't mean it. We've got enough. Got enough for this 3-hour masterpiece.
But,
so you're doing all 3 in the one? No, this is still just the first one. And are they all going to take place in different planets? No, it's all going to be brown. Oh,
it all generally takes place here anyway. You want it on the dunes, right?
Yeah, you love
the sandworms.
I love it, but
what is her name?
Just make me so thirsty,
Sharon Duncan Brewster. That's
she related to Duncan Idaho.
Kynes. No.
That's
the yeah. She's referred to as an ecologist or planetologist in the book.
That's somebody who likes to travel around to different worlds, or is she just really good at like planning stuff?
Ecologist.
Planetologist.
So knows about the ecology of the planets. Planetologist.
It's intergalactic Jennifer Lopez from The Wedding Planner.
Never seen it.
Flying around the universe. I know, ginormous. How do we say this? Arsehole. And then that's the movie you want. So here we go. Here's another classic Dune vehicle design, George.
Mm-hmm.
Just a floating slab. Just gonna roll
it looks
across
like a tank, doesn't it?
It looks like my chopping board.
On tracks.
Just pushing it. Just pushing it down there.
Interesting chopping board.
Chopping board, yeah, just a big black like marble slab, just getting slid across the counter.
It's a crawler. Apparently.
I mean, like no like spider legs, something like that.
They'll probably get stuck in the sand, wouldn't they?
I don't know. Like innovate. I'm not an engineer.
You don't know about the planet.
No, I don't know. I don't know a lot about a lot. I'm not going to lie, but somehow I'm still informing people the real things that you need to be thinking about. So that's what I am. I might not know things, but I'm a thinker. I try so hard to think. All right.
You can't help but think.
If I could come up with a better solution to this whole sand planet problem, I would, but I can't. But I wish that I could, and that's all that matters. The intentions are pure, like spice.
Pure spice.
Pure spice. Do you think they cut it with fentanyl?
Oh, no.
Like
no, because then people wouldn't be. I suggest.
Yeah, but if you just slowly
just kill them.
No, but you just slowly reduce the amount of purity and just slowly poison them. Eventually, their bodies will adapt, and they won't even notice the difference. You can do this over the whole 10,000 years or whatever, and so eventually, like now compared to back in the day, they're like, oh yeah, I swear, man, I swear this spice used to be so much better back in the 90s, And it's like, nah, man, you're kidding. It's just as good as it's always been. And then they both start foaming at the mouth and drop dead. But luckily they die in the desert, and 5 seconds after they die, the sand just gets blown over them. Nobody knows anything. So the next people just come along like, yeah, let's have some spice. Rinse and repeat. Somewhere in that desert, there's like a little den, some dudes in hoodies hunched under a little canopy,
just
sitting around a little fire, spicing it up.
Yeah, also this
Yo,
carry-all.
lady, you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in a steel suit? You know. Give me some rowdy teenagers in the Dune universe. That's what I'm saying. The Duneverse.
The Duneverse.
Why are they not calling it that? That's barely even a joke. That's just what it should be called. They called it that. You're in the fan forums. You love it.
I've spoken to 2 people about this since I've read the book.
Was that Denis Villeneuve?
The Duneverse.
David Lynch. Yeah,
I'm using it now.
The Duneverse. I mean, no, I'm not. There's no way in the Duneverse that I'm the first person to say that.
Surely,
of course not. Come on. I would lose your faith in humanity if I was the first person to ever coin such linguistic genius. Only inspired by Denis Villeneuve, master author of our generation.
But yeah, this whole carry-all vehicle situation, a vehicle like, not even a third of the size of the chopping board, as you referred to, crawler. How's that supposed to even bring that out?
Doesn't even crawl. Crawl would be legs.
Doesn't even work.
Crawling would be legs. Why is it called crawler?
I mean, there's also a term
call it the roller.
A vehicle.
Slider.
The movement of a vehicle crawling along at a snail's pace.
Call it the snail.
The snail ship.
The snail ship. Snail ship. You got your ornithopters. Did I get it right?
Yeah,
I nailed it. And then, let's get something else. What else?
They just bailed. They're like, oh fuck, we fucked it. We're out of here.
What about like a snake ship? Like those snakes that like wiggle sideways across the sand. Yeah. Maybe because that's sort of like the way that they have to walk.
Yeah, because they're supposed to
they have to like
disturb the sand and attract the sandworm.
They're like, look, what you don't want to do is draw attention to yourself from these sandworms that will kill you. So instead of just walking, do a dance.
Do a little dance.
No, can't I just slide? Why is the other one? Why is that better than just shuffling? Everyone loves a little shuffle.
So this is quite an intense scene.
Yeah, can't shuffle your way out of this one, Timmy.
He does just kind of like, I mean, he's going through something, having a moment, but yeah, I'm just like, why are you just standing there? He's hearing the voices.
Yeah, it don't matter what he goes through. We know he's like the chosen one or whatever. You know he's going to be making it to Dune 3. He's just waiting for the ink to dry on that contract,
He just got some of that spice for the first time. That's what it was.
Got a face full of spice. The new Sergio Leone's new Western, Face full of Spice. Oh, how fun would that be? Just do like a little Western movie. It's just happening.
Set in the Duneverse.
It's just in the Duneverse, and it's going on like 5 minutes over there, and it's just slightly off camera, and there's just some lone dude just like dragging a body through the desert, or trying to get to a saloon or something,
I can see it.
Call me, Denny. Call me. I'm telling you, man. We'll hit it off. Here we go. Quick. Get out of here. Don't run in the desert, but also now you got to run in the desert.
It's too late now.
Here we go. The one cool thing about this movie is finally starting to show up.
The one cool thing.
I mean, no. There's some mildly interesting things in that movie. No, there is. I'm not joking. There is some.
I like it better than Star Wars, right? Fucking like it better than Star Wars.
What? Which one? Like, original?
All of them.
No, you would put this pound for pound against every Star Wars movie.
Everyone that's come out
individually,
post, like,
not together as a whole, but each movie you could confidently say that this one is better than all of them.
I mean, I've watched it like.
That's a good way to
I've wanted to
gauge.
rewatch it.
Yeah.
Or then I've wanted to rewatch any of the Star Wars films in the last 25 years. So
that's fair. You probably watched this more than any Star Wars film.
Nah, I can't say that. I enjoy
like Christmas time or something, and something comes on the TV. A little bit of Empire Strikes Back. Really, the early days.
I own the early trilogy, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I say serious Star Wars. Some people like serious stuff, Dean.
Yeah, no.
Some people don't need all the action and the smiles.
No, I'll tell you what. I would put original Star Wars over this. Probably Empire. And then I think after that, it's fair. It's a fair argument to start inserting Dune into the conversation. But I think those two, at least, because they're not like super like goofy, and I mean they are light-hearted and it's like a fun adventure, but it's not like Phantom Menace, everyone's doing jokes and stuff. Like it's still, it's played with sincerity, and obviously more so in Empire.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think this is probably better than most of the other Star Wars movies.
There you
come at me.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's coming at you.
They will agree, because everyone in Star Wars fandom is just so reasonable and just straight
spineless.
Spineless, no good, yellow dirtbag Star Wars fans, and they're gonna wreck me. They're not, because they're not watching this. If you do, leave a comment and a like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends about us, how much we love Dune, how much we respect the art form, and really get that word out there. Tweet at us, follow us, Instagram, not in real life. No. Or that maybe, at least we know we've made it. We might not be getting those views, but we get a couple of stalkers. So I think we could call that even Stevens and just move on, and hopefully
not
non-violent type.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can find him at you won't find him anywhere.
Your mama's house.
At your mama's house right now.
I might change my Instagram name to your mama's.
Absolutely. I'll tag that in all the social media posts. The magnitude of which we are doing. We're a little bit in between shows at the moment, aren't we? We've had a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
we like a little bit of a break. We've had some stuff going on in our various walks of life. But don't worry, everyone. Here comes Zendaya, so we are going to be cooking from now on. What are we at the hour mark?
About there.
There's so much more of the Zendaya to come, everybody. You just had to wait a little while for it. Not as long as Timothy Chalamet. You have to wait a little bit longer, though. You know what I mean? Even the pretty boys sometimes finish last. Imagine he comes into the bedroom, right? She's spread out on the bed, right, in a like negligee, and then Timothy Chalamet bursts open through the door, and then he starts doing the slide when he's coming over to the bed, on the wedding night. They've never slept together before. The relationship is going so well. She loves him. He's the one, soulmate, all of that stuff.
I don't know if he can marry her, though.
But that's his, all right, we'll find out. He probably does. Well,
for political reasons.
They'll work it out. No worries about it. There's 2 more movies of this. They'll figure it out. So then she thinks everything is perfect. And then it's like, but that's the deal breaker. Would that be the deal breaker for you? Literally every time you have sex with somebody, they have to do that walk when they're coming in. and you have to watch
I
them
think
do
it
it
would
every
kill the
time,
mood.
and you can't do it any otherwise. It's like that's the only way.
I don't know.
Could you manage?
I think I could manage. In a sandy, war-torn.
Oh yeah, tell you what you could get, absolutely. Fucking if you got a small salmon, I think it just maybe it comes in like a medium at least. I don't know what have you got? A couple of shad maggots, little ones, whatever. Like, yeah, just
problems with my
give me like 4 of those, and I can just sprinkle them on top, and they can all like nibble.
Ugh.
There you go. That's how I want to live my life in the Duneverse.
Not on the rainy planet.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, here's how you want to live, right? If you want to get by in the Duneverse, here's what you want to do. You want to spend 6 months living on Arrakis,
Mm-hmm.
and then you want to spend 6 months living on the rainy planet. Because those whole 6 months, you're going to wish to fuck you was on the other planet, and it's going to be so great. And then you're going to hate it after the first day and wish you were back on the other planet. But that will give you humility and perspective, and also, you get to change it up at least a little bit. That's how I would live in the Duneverse.
Nice.
Bit of a commute in between.
Bit.
I mean, how far are they? We don't know how many parsecs apart they are in the Duneverse.
No. But
Han Solo would have figured it out.
Sure he would. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, obviously, if it wasn't for Frank Herbert, we probably wouldn't have Star Wars. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, I did throw that disclaimer in there earlier. I was like, I'm going to say some shit. I recognise the reality of the situation.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean I'm on board with the reality of the situation.
Yeah. Well,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
It is interesting how long it took for, the I don't know, considered one of the biggest sci-fi novels.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more bad versions made of it in between 30 years between the Lynch and this. You would assume there was that early 2000s TV miniseries or something with McAvoy. But
was that Children of Dune or was
something like that? But I'm not sure if it's even the same story, if it's like a different story. But I'm still surprised there hasn't been like a 2010 era, 2008 to 10 kind of era version, directed by Louis Leterrier or something. I'm surprised that never happened.
2000. That was just Frank Herbert's Dune. Oh yeah, that's going to be the show about the Benny Gesserit about the.
Or even an earlier version, like in the 70s.
Yeah.
This, from what I understand, this has been in the zeitgeist like from the jump.
Yeah.
People have always loved this stuff. Oscar Isaac's not loving this stuff though. He's having a miserable time. The fucking weight of the leadership, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
His wife's upside down, like just faced the same way, for fuck's sake. All of this stuff. Sweating his balls off.
He's about to get double crossing.
It ain't getting better either. You've got fucking subterfuge, political intrigue. And great, now the lights have gone off.
Power cut as well.
How are they making power? How does that work? They're running cables under the sand, They have to replace them every fucking time a soundworm wants to sneeze. How do we even build buildings with a fucking sandworm? What's the construction site like on Arrakis?
Good question.
How are they getting it done? Why would you even be there long enough to figure out that you could do something with the spice? I'm just like, no, big worm, bye. Let's go to the water planet and just start making Evian. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't need to be a drug crime lord, What are the sales? Look at the sales of Evian compared to heroin.
I don't know. I guess like obviously you see like
mineral water is big business.
I
But do go on.
was just gonna say you see all the civilizations on Arrakis and the big stony areas, which I'm guessing the sandworms can't travel underneath. But everyone does everything by night. In daylight, people don't travel or do their business.
This effect is fun though.
The shield effect. Yeah, so they all have shields, personal shields. That was fucking terrible in the Lynch version.
It was fun and weird.
Clumpy.
Super fun and weird. I think that adds to it.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely is, but
yeah,
I get a kick out of that. I mean, it's not even. Let's be honest. It's like, is it even that different in this one? It's still sort of similar shades of the same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad though.
No. I like that they made it kind of a bit weird and dramatic, because it could have easily been like a green, like that green force field with the graph lines on it or something. Like they could have done something really lame and techie.
Yeah,
like a nanotech looking something, like. So I'm glad that they just went, no, it's just like an orange bubble.
Yeah,
that's what you get. You get orange planet, orange bubble. I mean, brown planet, brown
blue,
bubble.
and then it's red when it's like breached or whatever.
Oh, get ready for some breaching, because it's going to be a rough ride for the next few minutes. I'll tell you that much.
You say there's no action.
No, they just run and blow up. Oh, fire. Yeah, more orange. Cool. Yeah, throw that in there. That's going to be sick. Orange on orange.
Shit,
fucking die of a vitamin C overdose.
Fuck you.
Here we go. Run away from the orange. But the soundworms aren't hearing this. They're loving that. I wouldn't wake them up.
Well,
like,
no.
You give a footstep from like 5 miles
come
away.
Out at night. They can't come out at night.
They're just because they're asleep.
They're sleepy worms.
But if there is, it's so sensitive that they can hear Timothée Chalamet from 5 miles away, but they don't get woken up by like a fucking revolution going on the surface, just because it's past 6 o'clock. No, don't worry.
Night time.
Yeah, love it.
Sleepy bye.
You wake up. If there is that sensitive, they're waking up.
I'm sure it has something to do with the light.
Maybe he happens to be getting up for a piss at that particular moment, and he's like, "Oh, there's something rumbling up there." Gonna go up there, check that out. He grabs a golf club from behind the bed. He's got a little cap on, like Charles Dickens. Soundworm's coming up. Who's there? Anyway, here we go. We're all just we're getting fuzzy and blue.
All the shields reached. And you get the Sarduka, the like elite fucking soldiers. And fuck everything up.
None of them seem to be very good at fighting, though, do they?
I mean, these guys are.
I mean, they're all right, but even the ones that are winning are just going like donk, 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 and it's only because the other ones are even worse that they're not fucking the ones winning.
I don't know. I saw, what was it? An article about it's basically the sandworms produce or help produce the spice. There it says
okay.
The larvae.
They're working in sandworm sweatshops, making the spice.
The larvae, known as sand trout, seeks out water that mixes with their excretions and the resulting mess, creates gases that eventually explode onto the surface. Pre-spice mass, when exposed to the air and sun, becomes melange, and this is what the spices harvest from. But I just saw where was it? An article. Can real animals make drugs that get you high, like Dune sandworms?
Well, you could like lick an orange frog or something, and you probably die, but you'll hallucinate really intensely for the 3 seconds that you live.
But
you know.
Oh, we're at this point now. So.
Oh yeah, you got to do this thing now.
So yeah, the doctor's his wife's been held captive by the Baron, but she's actually already dead. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So
everyone starts fucking everyone over. That's what I mean. Like, it just adds. There's just so much unnecessary drama around this. Like, we get out of this. Like, we'd all find other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a blue planet.
Yeah, well, that was the first fun thing anyway in this article.
There you go, lick a toad, everybody. We do not encourage anyone to lick any toads. Any toads, if anyone tries to lick you, get the fuck out of there. Just everyone be safe and mindful of each other, okay?
Yeah. Is there any toads? Yeah.
Right. Toads.
I should have read this properly before actually.
No, this is fun. But, how would you know? This is totally relevant. Of course, you should have had this up ready to go. You knew.
And then we got.
I told him beforehand. I said, "We're doing the toads. We're talking about the toads. It's like, make sure you've got it ready."
I just found obviously they're coming up. Venom.
Snake spitting shit at your face.
It's basically all amphibious stuff that carries the hallucinogenic.
Oh, they're fuckers, man. Not only are they slippery little fuckers, but they've got extra juice ready for you. It's not fair.
Salamanders also.
What are they doing? Are they just poisonous to the touch, or they got an injecting tail or tooth?
Drink known as salamander brandy. Reportedly, the drink is reportedly constructed of dumping fire salamanders in a pod of fermenting fruit wherein their natural toxins are
What is this? 3 witches with an eyeball and a cauldron? Like, who's making this? How do you figure that recipe out? Like, oh yeah, we'll just smash up a salamander and an eye of a newt, whatever. We're gonna set fire to an oak tree, sprinkle the ashes on the dust of 1,000 stars. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's your lot, basically. It's all amphibious, horrible creatures that you wouldn't normally want to touch unless you've got, as you'd say, a personality disorder.
That's not what I said.
It's something along those lines. Or you're overcompensating for something if you...
Look.
No disrespect if you are out there and you have... It was his word, not mine.
Just have a dog. You haven't got a... You don't need to show how cool you are with a pet snake. You don't need a pet snake.
There's nothing wrong with you've got a snake.
I mean, if it's a stray snake and it obviously needs a home, then maybe, but like, what are you doing? Well, we just decided we're just going to go start taking snakes out of the jungle and just selling them on Amazon. Like, well, good job, Jeff. Yeah, on Amazon.
You buy a snake on
that's
Amazon?
Where they find the snakes. That's how it got its name. That was the first thing they started selling. And then they started, building up. They were doing like, you could get, weird reptiles and like newts and the salamanders as well. Throw those in, human slaves. They just started doing everything really. Now they do like MP3s and books, so that's good. It all worked out in the end, George, because that's what matters.
Jeff got there in the end. I want to have a look on Amazon if I can actually buy a salamander.
Absolutely, that's where you get them.
Here he is again, Momoa with no facial hair. That's strange.
He's got aerodynamic. That's what that's about. You probably need a bit of that. Cut through all this bullshit, Oh, look at the wrinkles in that guy's head. That's amazing.
You love that.
Oh, I love a recoil.
With the folds
I
in the
wanna,
back of the neck.
I want to lick my finger and I want to run it and swipe it down the line on his head and see if it makes a sound. You know, something like that.
You can't buy a salamander on Amazon. You're full of shit, mate.
Look, my research might be a little bit out of date. Here we go.
I can't believe I actually
Mean
looked
guy.
up.
You never know. There for all your convenience and needs, everybody. No sweatshops required.
So this scene reads a lot more seductive in the book. So they're basically implying that they were like,
So they don't just kidnap her; they want to seduce her.
They're like, "Oh, I never had a highborn or whatever," and she's like, "Oh, you don't have to fight over me, boys," and all this stuff in the book. And then obviously,
so she's sort of playing like more like cocky, sort of, or is she actually just down to? Is she just DTF? Is she just like, fuck it, I've been kidnapped.
She plays it.
Like, they're going to probably throw me off of this ship in a minute. Like, might as well get a last cram in there before I meet the sand. You know, just a...
Shouldn't have said anything, should I?
Yeah, just a good old sandworm in. You know, friction producing the gases that go to the surface and make the spice. You know, it's having a great time. Fuck it, why not? But that would be weird. You can't do that now because consensual sex is less popular. Is that where we're at?
I don't know.
We've got to show the woman struggling. That's what people want to see. So we want feminist struggles because we can't just have them like own it and be confident and sexy and work their way through a situation in a cool, positive way.
I'd like to say there's far less rape scenes nowadays.
And that's great, by the way. Hopefully that's reflective of society.
Yeah,
that's another conversation.
Uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Good job, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, well done. Just if you kidnap a woman on your ornithopter, just if you kidnap, it doesn't matter what ship it is. You're focusing on the wrong part of this sentence. I tell you what, right? So if you kidnap a woman, just make sure it's consensual.
Not kidnapping, it's consensual, is it?
It's CNC is what they call it on the streets these days, and it's all the rage. Literally all the rage. You've really got to let it out on them. But now we're stuck on the desert. Yeah. Moving on, we're stuck on the desert.
Yeah, moving on swiftly.
We're having a good time. No sweatsuits, just rags. That's not good. I'm assuming it gets pretty cold. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't like thicker, heavier clothing
why
be
do they
better?
get him nude?
Oh, he's got to get nude.
Baron. That's another thing. Baron's far less rapey in this one, isn't he? He was like eyeing up his nephew Sting in the Lynch one. And yeah, that's a lot more of that in the book where he's like talking about his nephew's nice body and he has a nice nephew body. Oh yeah, he has boys brought to his quarters and stuff. I don't know.
Love it. Yeah, get him in here. It's fucking. You know what? It's dry and I'm thirsty as fuck. Bring those boys in. Let's go.
Who knows? There might be more of that in part 2, but I doubt it.
Happy days. There we go. More sexual assault, everybody.
We're just saying we're getting away from it.
Can't wait. Yeah, we love it. Dune 2. Even more doing to you bad things with you and me and the dude.
Don't doing it.
I just can't stop doing it. Anyway, sending this guy in
Dr. Yui.
with David Desmalchian. Not a lot of lines in this, really. He's just being a fucking standing crash test dummy. Like, CGI his face on later. You ain't got nothing going on there, really. Just be there and be weird.
Be there and be,
weird as you got. Just stare just slightly to the side of the camera. But also try not to look at Oscar Isaac's nipples.
Very distracting.
Because if those are not two shining beacons of hope, I don't know what it is.
The way he just floats about.
I shouldn't objectify him while he's unconscious, really.
No, it's a bit.
No, that's leave that for the Baron.
Yeah.
I want a compilation of that in movies. The bad guy runs his fingers through the hair of the subordinate. Like, how many times have we seen that move in a movie? Because you wouldn't do that. If somebody put their hand near your head, you would just be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Yeah. No, but they always just like. It's almost like they want to like lean in and snuggle, you know. Like, you might as well just fucking get in there, you know, with your kitty uwu bit or whatever. Like, just move the fuck out of the way. What? Stop touching my head, man.
Yeah, Duke's had a bit. Looks like he's had a bit too much spice.
He's had well too much spice. He's a spiciest boy.
He's got the poison tooth.
Oh yeah, he's double dipped. He's getting it on. He's cocktailing it. I wonder if anyone's doing that. Like, people must be experimenting with it in different ways. You know, everyone's shooting it up, like cooking it on a teaspoon. Like,
it looks. I mean, when you see it, it looks like it could be heroin or something like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they could be smoking it. Maybe
you got to put out the poison.
Maybe they rub it in their eyes. You lick your finger, you dip your finger in it, and you just rub it into your eyeball, and it stings like the worst pain ever. But it's so worth it because it's that good.
Who knows?
Maybe you have to put it in
your if you did that with heroin too, it would also
maybe
sting pretty bad. But it's into the bloodstream.
Don't do any of this stuff. It does not get into the bloodstream. Just don't do it. Absolutely do not do it.
Not speaking from experience.
Not experienced. We are not experienced spices.
Enthusiasts.
Yeah, spicy enthusiasts.
Spice heads. Spice boys. Spicy
boys. We're not just a couple of like street level spicy boys.
No. Only the
can you imagine like you do like a Cuban gangster movie and you call it Spice Face?
There you go. Sounds a bit the other one talking about, you know, the whole Mexican
oh yeah, of course. It's gonna be like spice all over the camera lens. You're gonna spice it up real nice. And you're just gonna and then we're gonna take the camera lens, we're gonna lean it up that way. We're just going to get that paprika and we're just going to shake it in there. We'll spread some PVA glue on it first. So it's just smoke and spice all over there. And action.
Spice face.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, back to that.
Excellent.
That's good stuff. That's a good quality pitch right there.
Yeah. No shit, buddy. The Emperor sent you there to die.
Yeah. Again, everyone just fucking over everyone, and none of them just think like, I'm just gonna find something else, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know.
Fuck the Emperor.
I'm just connected to the cultural roots of the fucking dust planet, you know? I just don't want to get away from it. I mean,
like creeping up in the
You'd be cutting off the top if you work in like the chopping board roller or whatever. People got to be cutting off the top. Make yourself a nice little nest egg. Big spice deal. Be like, no, lock, spice, and 2 smoking barrels, right? London gangster movie.
Set in the Duneverse.
They're setting the Duneverse. They set up a spice heist, a spiced,
and
then and then there's intrigue, there's subterfuge, and you still get all of that stuff that you want, but also, just like some cockney fellas with sawn-off shotguns running about.
How many secret herbs and spices are in the KFC?
Yeah, there's 11, isn't it? 11 herbs and spices. Yeah. That sounds right.
That's 12 spices.
12 spices. Don't, you're gonna make me hungry because I already know. You know what I'm having for dinner tonight because I've not had it yet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I've not had since I've been here.
No, it's your last night.
It's so heading back. Like I'll come here. I literally just come up today, do this, and then I go back again. No, I didn't. We've had a wonderful time, enjoyed it. It's been an exciting week of adventures. Maybe we'll talk about that on the next episode or something, because it's not Dune related in the slightest. More like Dune related.
More Dune than Dune.
Little bit of sizzle there for the next one. Don't forget to click that little bell so you know when things are getting into your eyeballs and your earballs and your balls.
Your spice balls.
Spicy balls. Spicy meatballs. There you go. Unquenchable fire. He's talking about his loins, he's talking about his balls as well. It's like it's unquenchable fire. I need to
design of the
this thing here, that triangle thing, because that's fun.
I mean, yeah, that's
nice
cool,
little sort of like opening back porch thing where you can like sit there and relax, and have a romantic night with your girlfriend, looking up at the stars. Yeah,
he's tripping hard now, Paul.
Yeah, he's having a hard time with this. Like, damn, I can't get away. This bitch is everywhere when I close my eyes.
I mean, it's basically like the whole Christ complex, except he's he's not just the chosen one. He's having all the visions.
All the visions.
He's twice as spicy.
Twice as spicy as the nicest guys. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know.
You know who you are. Yeah, I know I am. Paul. I'm the only guy in the galaxy called Paul.
Oh, ugly cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that we're not afraid to go there. Because I think we get much better ugly cries now.
I think so.
Yeah. I think people get weirder with it. Like, it used to just be like, the dramatic tear rolling down the cheek and like, but now like they're like, nah, that's people are fed up with that Hollywood bullshit. Like, you make it ugly, and like, every now and then you get somebody who comes along and it's like, I'm gonna just really just not give a fuck, and I'm just gonna pull the gnarliest faces. I know I'm gonna get memed, but I'm gonna commit.
Oh, it's funny you said that. Why can't I think of her name right now? Laura Dern. There you go. I remember someone comment on how
Marriage
she has
Story.
One of the ugliest cries on screen, crying faces, and she cries in pretty much every film she's in.
That's
and
harsh.
I'm thinking about, it's pretty harsh.
Does she cry in Jurassic Park?
Sure she does.
I mean, she got a fair reason to, but also she's a strong woman. Maybe she can handle it. But then there is that bit where she's like running in the thing, she's shutting off the power, and she's like really sweating and panicking, and she's kind of crying, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't
Pretty
think she
Woman,
cries in
I
Marriage
Could Cry.
Story because she's not the one getting divorced. So happy days.
No, I haven't seen that film. So.
No. Or like
Yeah.
a Joey Lauren Adams crying in a Chasing Amy crying scene.
Mm.
That's what I respect the fuck out of it. Just like even if it's bad and off-putting and awkward and cringy, just like I respect that they went there.
Yeah, no, same. I mean,
like unlike this little rat dude, like,
it's a mouse, and apparently that's what the
fucking hell, David Attenborough.
It's because no, it's the Maldiv, which is the Fremen. I think it's the Fremen, the Arrakis people's name for
Aratis.
For what Paul is, like the chosen one, Maldiv, and apparently it translates as little mouse, which doesn't really sound like a very leadery.
I was going to say, like, you can't really call it a rat or a mouse. It would just be some weird alien rodent type thing.
Yeah.
You know, even if you could say that would they be rodents if they were from? But I'll let you have that. If we can have a Paul, we can have a mouse.
Paul is the mouse.
He's a mouse. It'd be great, Stuart Little. But fucking hell, I forgot. I didn't say that. So are all the mouses, the mices, the spice mice? They should call them spice mice.
Spice mice from
Mars. Spice mice from Arrakis.
It doesn't have the same ring, does it?
Spice mice from Mars. They've all little leather jackets. But no, are they all that size, or are they big ones?
I don't know.
Big, probably not sandworm size ones. You'd notice that running about.
Fucking
giant rat.
Isn't it? I mean, it still wouldn't be as scary. Would it be? I don't know.
What would you rather lived on this planet? You've got the sandworms
or the giant mice.
Oh, and the sandworms, they're not just sand, they go everywhere. So everywhere it's got big giant toothy worms, or it's got big crazy mice that run around. What do you think society would be better handled to cope with?
I don't know. Do the mice also make spice?
No, but they leave massive shit everywhere.
Then maybe you'd be better off with the sandworms.
And the shit is like the most sustainable form of like protein. No, it's amazing. It's really good for you. It literally.
Oh, then you have the fucking mice, then, wouldn't you?
But you still have to. You're still eating mice shit.
Yeah.
Mouse shit.
It's good for you. Rather than a drug.
You think everyone would convert to that overnight? I think you would still be like a pariah if you're like eating the mouse, the giant mouse shit. I think people like, you're not getting a girlfriend. Like it's like that dude.
I'm living good.
It's like he eats mouse shit. It's like, yeah, but his cholesterol is like 0. He's ripped as fuck. You know, his skin is not a pore on sight. He's just the glowing hair. But he does eat mouse shit. And we all know that because he's the only one who has all that other stuff because he eats the mouse shit.
You don't think they'd figure it out? They'd just judge you.
Oh, people would judge you and then they would secretly go home and eat mouse shit and like dance in front of the mirror, you know, like Buffalo Bill.
Puts the mouse shit in the basket.
It wouldn't be socially acceptable, but people would do it for sure.
Oh. That's a joke.
Right, so back on Dune.
No, that was still Dune related.
Now we're making some weird other stuff. We love a weird powder or a weird liquid or a fruit that looks like a big black thing that is all gooey in his mouth, and we have to watch him eat it. Like, what's his name with the tomatoes in Lord of the Rings? Like, all of that.
Where we're at.
What are they eating as well? Nothing grows here. Like 1 potato a year. But no, we're finally moving into a bit of a different environment. That's nice. We're getting a little bit out of the zone.
Well, again, like I said, like the Lynch film had everything
Mhm.
from the book thrown into one film, and this does do a good job of obviously, spaces things out. You get more.
Now, I don't know
of the story in it.
what 2 and 3 are going to be like, but I already get the sense that maybe this could have been 6 films. If they're all like this, do it just 6.
No, that'd be too much.
No, fuck it.
Too long.
But they've got to catch up with Star Wars, haven't they? So
there's 100 other books.
Let's pump them out. Let's go. Let's get it on. Frank Herbert, get back in here, son. You're not done yet. Fucking sit down. Here we go. Right, Dune, chapter 9. Like, let's go. Old Timmy ain't getting any younger. Crack on.
There's plenty of other books, Dune books. Hang on.
Here we go.
Let me just. Are you live? Nah. Oh my god. I thought Frank Herbert was dead.
So did I. See? He's ready to go.
He's ready. No, he's dead. He died in 86.
Oh, damn, no. He's not ready to go.
Died before either of us were born.
Somebody get him a latte.
But no, I think his son.
Oh, Frank Herbert Jr. No.
There's many books, though. There's many books in the Duneverse.
Yeah.
So.
We can mine this fucking shit for years.
Brian Herbert, that might be his son. Yeah. Many books. Many books.
I don't know, just a lot of these like group big like battle scenes, they just feel so like flat and understated. They don't feel epic. And it's a bunch of
not enough slow-mo for you.
I don't need slow-mo, maybe it's like some fast whips and some crazy edits as well.
A little bit of gore.
Martin Scorsese comes in with a tracking shot through a nightclub. Like, throw all that in there as well. But no, I just don't know. They just don't feel as epic as they should for a bunch of crazy dudes jumping around, in special suits with knives and shields and things.
Mm.
Even this stuff with him, when he gets there and all that stuff starts kicking off. No, it's a bit over. That's a bit over the top. They went from understated to over the top. They just can't get it right. Fucking Goldilocks in there needs to come try this 3rd bowl of porridge, mate. I'll tell you.
Oh man,
it's all right. Here he goes. If he puts the sword in his head, that's why he's got no facial hair. Every time he puts the sword on his head, he accidentally cuts a bit of his hair off. He's gonna lose them eyebrows.
Paul punching the walls like a fucking
That's gonna do something.
Husband.
Now how are you gonna hold your knife when it's your turn to fight, dickhead? Smash your hand into a fucking concrete bunker. Supposed to be trained.
That's quite right.
Here we go. Red versus blue again. Getting all these shields out of the way.
You took on a few. Duncan groans.
Duncan groans. Duncan Ida groans. He's groaning now. He was.
Shanked.
Just to make sure we synced up, we're at the bit where Duncan groans.
Sync up those groans.
Everyone groan together now.
That was a really good groan, wasn't it?
There we go. Top quality ASMR.
Like a cow.
Right. We got those 4 YouTube quadrants. We got your laughs, we got your excitement, we got your insight, and we got your groans.
Still ain't
Oh
dead.
no, he's back. More groaning. Next groan. And we're done. Dune done.
There's your last smile.
That's it, everyone. I hope you was having a fun time, because now it's about to get really fucking sad up in here. The one man with teeth just died.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right, let's get YouTube out of here. You
Me
need to
too.
go and fucking lead a revolution or something. I'm gonna leave you here.
I love how she's like, I'm Fremen. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know where to go. And then
also I'm gonna get myself fucked over probably. So yeah. So why are we listening to you? Be like, no, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna go this way. Why? What happens to you if you go that way? Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm from here. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. I these are my ends.
But she gets shanked up in the ends.
My sands. These are my sand ends. My sandy end. Sand enders. There you go. Right.
East Sanders.
There we go. See, we go. Look, even the ship has got the Mexico filter on the windows. Like, how will they know we're delivering the spice? He's like, I know exactly what we need to do. Yellow tin on the windows. They'll see you coming from a mile away. But isn't the sky also yellow? They will see you coming a mile away. That looks like a miniature or a little model.
It's probably all.
Of course digital, it is. But it was the movement was good.
It was.
This shot not so much. But that first shot, they really made the takeoff. They did a little something with that.
I'm Fremen. I'm from the ends. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
They don't.
She's putting up the what's they call it?
Little.
It's a distraction device for the worm.
Little worm beacon.
That's another time for I forgot what. Thumper. That's it.
It's always called a thumper. Cool.
Just gotta do that.
Why?
And my back to everything.
They just use those all the time.
No, there's.
You could just throw one of those in the enemy's base.
Yeah.
Before you get stabbed.
Good idea.
Didn't see that coming, bitch. Blue eyes didn't get you nowhere. That's like Freddy. That's like a Freddy line. Blue eyes, bitch, and then he gets stabbed through the back. Yeah, find where the bad guys are. Throw a thumper at them.
Yeah,
and then watch them get like thoroughly thumped. Obviously, I know that in the second one they do like start weaponizing the worms. That's a bad name, weaponizing the worms, right? But he's like all riding around on them.
Yeah, they're using.
He's got two of them like water skis, and he's holding to right, but he's just skating along the sand, and two sandworms
just cruising.
He's got like a lowrider sandworm with like jacked up suspension on there.
I forget that actually kind of worked, right? Because they got, eaten by the worm as well. But still, she could have avoided that. She's the Fremen.
I mean, yeah, she could have avoided anything.
She sacrificed herself, I guess.
Yeah, she should have seduced everyone else as well. Just embrace it. Use your charms.
They're about to be riders on the storm, in the storm.
Ride the storm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what Dune is, George?
What is Dune?
If Christopher Nolan directed a remake of Tremors, you get Dune.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you get. It's like
I'd say
1 and
that's
1
fair.
makes 2 easy.
I mean,
that's how
he
you get
does
it.
like his lack. He doesn't like to have people smiling a lot. So
Don't like the smiling. In fact, he hates you smiling so much that if you do smile, he's going to put a plot device in the film that's going to make you go backwards, so you're not smiling anymore. Or he's just going to drop a nuke. No, that's fine. Denny and Nolan are apparently quite good friends.
Are they?
I've heard that recently. I mean, of course they are. They're all in their little autos club, driving around in their automobiles.
Down the autobahn.
Yeah, go to the auto shop.
No more.
Grand Theft Auto. That's Denny and Chris. Running around.
So they call it when they steal off each other.
They steal each other's movies. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do Arrival, but with James Bond. Yeah, and then you can do Tremors, but with, you know, the cinematographer from Interstellar or whatever it is. I don't think it's the same guy.
No,
This is presumed.
now.
I should know this guy. It's not Deacons, is it? Is Deacon still alive?
No.
I know the guys. Denis works with. I'm really works with the same guy pretty much all the time. Shit.
He did Rogue One. He did the Batman. Do you want to tell his name? He did Mandalorian as well.
Oh,
Done much stuff.
Bike. What's his name? No, I'm gonna kick
his name is Greg Fraser.
Right.
Is it Greg or is it Greg? Greg?
Greg. Outrageous.
Egregious.
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 No.
Oh, do you want to know what else?
No, that's all right. Having a little nose over his shoulder.
It's Australian.
Get off your tablet. The baron's getting out of the bath.
Oh,
look at that. Look.
Like it's covered in shit.
Oily boy.
Ah.
Just a big zit.
Yeah, it's pretty grim.
There's some weird customs.
Don't know. An oil bath might be quite relaxing. Who knows?
Yeah. He's just going to really need to exfoliate, you know?
Yeah.
That's going to be rough.
They
are on a ship. Everything is orange still. Come on, Paul. You can do this. You are the chosen one. You use the force, Paul. What do they call it in this? Is it the word, the voice or something? Thing that he does?
The voice is the persuasion.
Yeah, we haven't even seen. We've not even seen it yet.
Oh yeah, no, he did it when his mother was.
Oh yeah, briefly in the thing.
Yeah.
But like, imagine if it was that long before fucking Obi-Wan popped a lightsaber. You'd be fuming. You'd be. This is unacceptable. I've come for a space adventure. I want to see magical powers. The ship ain't even got the right amount of wings. What sort of fucking B-level production are you running over here, Denny? Oh, 2 wings. Oh, I'm getting so hungry now. No, I'll tell you now.
Why did you do that to yourself?
Oh, dude, me too. Oh, those wings. Oh, they better be open. I'm going to be so pissed.
Oh, it'll be open. It's Wednesday. Get there before fucking 9 p.m.
This unnamed, unendorsed, not affiliated or sponsored, generic takeaway chicken restaurant.
Is it generic? Oh yeah.
No, well, it's not. But for the purposes of this, I don't want to tell everyone about it because then it might be packed when I get in there. Absolutely, like we heard about this on the Poproast podcast. The way this man talked about chicken, it was like hearing Denis Villeneuve talk about sand. It was just magnificent poetry, visual landscape painting, scenery. It was fantastic. But it's all mine, you're not having it. My 11 herbs and spice. It's not that place, by the way.
No, it's not. Probably better. Arguably.
Probably.
And I can't eat it anymore.
Oh, I mean,
I could.
Yeah,
but I mean,
they do other stuff.
I don't know if they do. Do alternatives?
They do like jam donuts. There's a dessert. You can have fries. What else? Maybe like a garlic and dip for your donut. You know, see, there's options.
To be fair, I told you I went to that Frank's place and there was Satan wings that tasted just like their wings. I was like, what is this devilry?
Yeah, I've had that. I've had it a couple of times. It's pretty crazy.
So
I'm not convinced they're just not lying to vegans and it's just chicken because like damn son, that's some good not chicken. Not affiliated.
Oh, need to keep noise.
The rumbling. That's what my stomach's doing right now. Rumbling
beneath the surface.
I've got to be careful. I'm going to get sandworms, you know.
I get the.
She said, "Pull over your mask," but it said "Paul" is in Paul.
I didn't catch that.
Somebody fucked up.
Oh
dear. No. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Pull. Push. Try pushing. There you go. Push your voice instead of pulling your breath in or whatever it is you're doing. Get that shit on lock. You can literally just control the galaxy. What the fuck are we doing? Why is it taking this long?
Oh God. I was just looking at it. Took apparently 7 hours of makeup for Stellan Skarsgård.
It's just shave his head.
I thought so.
And
obviously there was more
slap
than that.
some PVA with a big, one of them when you were at school, you'd have them like little rubber brush things.
Yeah.
Just whole team of people there. 45 minutes tops.
No.
You know what would be the perfect vehicle for the Dune for Arrakis? Segway. That's the way to get around. I reckon that's smooth, it's quiet, rechargeable, environmentally friendly.
You can serpentine on a Segway, could you?
Absolutely. You can try.
You just spin around on the spot, roll one direction, one the other.
Yeah, you're evasive, you're small, you're maneuverable. Honest, that's the way forward.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you can make like hover chairs, come on, that would be I'd have the crack scientists on that, Do the hover chair, hover wagon, like something, or like a monorail, or like a magnetic. There you go. Here we go. We're getting real now, George. Like I'm not funny anymore. I'm not fucking around. I'm trying to solve their transportation issues. Okay.
Monorail.
And if Simpsons told us anything, we need a monorail.
You need a musical number to.
Yeah, musical. Actually, don't do that. That would defeat the point. They're fucking worms. You come running. It's like, oh, I love this song. My Fair Lady. Yeah.
Oh man.
Everything's funny if you humanise the worms. It's better. It completely changes it.
Just don't put them in a popcorn bucket.
Just don't put them in a popcorn bucket because somebody will fuck it. Popcorn bucket? No, I say popcorn. Fuck it.
Oh,
you know,
Jesus Christ!
brace yourself on the retrieval.
Yeah.
On the way out there, just breathe in.
We just wait for it to, dissipate, and then.
Alternatively, don't fuck the popcorn.
Or just do it.
It's just a weird popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Genius. You know that they knew it was stupid, but they knew people would talk about it.
Oh, I hope that comes through. Yeah.
What is that?
That's a kazoo, I believe.
Who's
my nephew playing the kazoo? I hope that comes through.
Okay. Possibly hilariously comical farting sounds.
Stop with the kazoo.
Okay. little guest star appearance.
There you go, everybody. Banjo Kazooie.
Absolutely. For a second, I was like, we don't have the sound on. What is going on? I thought maybe like something coming through the TV.
Yeah, excellent.
Imagine Paul's just, they're spending all this time doing the walk, slowly making their way across the desert, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just really in the mood to play my kazoo for a minute.
They haven't got the ballast set, but they got the kazoo.
I'm just gonna. Mother, hang on. Just really feel the inspiration for a sick, tasty jam right now.
That's how the sandworm gets.
You know what? It's like our entire civilization is going to collapse. That was a signal tune.
Worth it.
Might have been worth it.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah. Anyway,
the worm is just, it's just making small talk while he hunts him down. Sounds like somebody that I know. That worm, must feel the same voice factor. He's loving it. Good times. Always together or apart. There would always be technical issues.
Always.
There would always be something. But if you don't come here for the technical issues, then frankly, what are you doing? If you're not clicking like and subscribe and then commenting about the technical issues because it's good for the algorithm and you don't think we've got that shit down on purpose, getting all those comments that we're not getting, but we game the system.
Yeah. But yeah, again,
moving back to the movie,
another tense sandworm situation, but he just stops dead. There's another thumper. Someone set up a thumper.
Really wish they could have found a way to replicate like the alien shots and like the sandworms like right in his face, like sniffing it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would frame that. It would have to be like really far.
Yeah.
But it would be funny.
I mean, that's a pretty good shot there anyway when it's all up in the air. And you see it's teeth, if you can call them that.
Little spindly bone mushers.
Yeah.
Spindly bone mushers.
To be honest, they're just like remember those like fiber optic amp things. There's a little fiber like tendril things up there.
Right.
No.
Not a tendril for me, fam.
This is another difference, I'm pretty sure. Well, we already seen Javier Bardem.
Yeah, briefly, like all the famous people just get like barely enough screen time.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Everyone who doesn't get them, like, because the only person who gets like all the screen time is Timmy Shams, but Tim Sham. But he is sort of like the least interesting character in the whole thing. But everyone else is like got like a cool vibe, and we just get little snippets of them spread out. And I get that that's how movies work. Like one character, main character, supporting cast, ensemble supporting cast. But come on,
Yeah.
Tease me with all these famous people, and then they just say a little something. That's all actors do at the end of the day, Joe. They just say a little something.
Yeah, saying a bunch of words.
Make a little love.
A little bit of words.
Do a little dance. Say a little something.
Get Dune tonight.
Get Dune.
Perfect.
Oh, well done.
How did you not see that?
I didn't even. I would have gotten there. I think I would have found that naturally.
I hope so,
but not as quickly. Not as quickly. But we'll never know now. We'll never know if I would have said that.
And yes,
I feel like a proud parent right now. That was good stuff. Unlike this, not good for these people.
She's not a proud parent. She's like, I'm gonna have to do all the fucking work here. He's running up the.
Well done, Dad.
Dad.
Or Mum. I was thinking of like the other people. One of them and their dads. It's hard to tell if they're all related. They've got these suits on. Don't need all that fucking high-tech sweat shit. Just fucking wrap some robes on there and get on with it, mate. That's what I'm talking about. They've made it so much bigger than it needs to be. Like, funny walk, funny outfit. Get some robes on and shut the fuck up, you know?
It's funny, like, when I first was reading the book, the still suit thing was not like, when I actually saw them in the film, I was like, this is not how I envisioned it at all. Because apparently it's supposed to collect all your sweat and like tears and like repurpose the water so you can drink it afterwards. Which is pretty grim.
It's not ideal.
But not resourceful.
Ideal. I mean, if it's getting purified, then it's going to be fine. But still,
I imagine it tastes good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that from just that little nose piece.
So I just like squirting, like just converting it into vapor as well, I guess. Then that's just cool. That's just using more internal energy on the suit, or whatever. Like, come on. I always wanted them to be like, just like big floaty bubble suits, you know? So they're just waddling across the desert.
What's that fucking like thing in Jackass where they like get all the sweat out of Preston?
Jerseys, like that. And then you pump it up, so it's just, and it's constantly like moving out and in because you're pissing in it and then you're sucking it up again, and then you're sweating in it and you're sucking it up again. I mean, I don't know what happens if you fart. Fucking air bubble like backs up through the fucking pipe, just chokes you out and you die. But every 1 in 10 farts is going to be wet ones, so it will be worth it. You get some extra juice out of that. You know,
But yeah.
for a movie with so much brown in it, it does make sense that you would literally have to suck on your own farts to survive. If that's not coming full circle, I don't know what is.
That's grim.
Well, that's the Duneverse.
That's the Duneverse.
That's what you
You're
have to
damned
do.
if you don't. Damned if you don't.
Dune.
You
Again.
do not.
Do not. No. Dune or do not. There is no trying. Quality stuff.
He's a slow-mo fight scene.
There you go.
But he's supposed to be,
Yeah,
clairvoyant, but he's seeing something that doesn't happen.
Can't all be right all the time, Even the chosen one's gonna fuck up.
Well,
I mean, maybe it was gonna happen at the time, but then something else he does changes it, and then so it doesn't happen. But then if something,
it just was revealed what that was. I didn't catch that before.
He's a dickhead, mate.
When you take someone's life, you take your own. So he's envisioning his own life being taken. But it still doesn't really make sense because in the vision he sees the other guy take his life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's again like a bit of a visual misrepresentation of
that's
what's in the book.
Christopher Nolan. That's how he does it. You've got to mess with the timeline, try and throw you off to compensate for his lack of good ideas.
Oh, leave Nolan alone.
They look good. They do look good. Sometimes they sound good, but also the other times that they don't, they sound horrible. So that's fun to look out for. Always nice to keep you on your toes with the sound design there.
Oh, the sound on this is great.
Sound on this is great.
Be disputed.
We are loving the sound on this. This is the best sounding movie.
Where did I have some facts about?
Yeah, we are. Here's the first fact. We have not got any sound.
No, not now.
Because that was not on the cards.
It's funny that you mentioned Christopher Nolan because composer Hans Zimmer.
There we go. He's like you can borrow my style and you can borrow my composer.
No. Well, no, he didn't just borrow. Hans Zimmer chose your boy Denny over Nolan. He said, yeah, he's a big fan of the novel.
Oh, because this would have been when Nolan was doing Tenet, because Hans Zimmer didn't do Tenet.
Yep.
Who did Tenet? Was it Ludwig van?
I don't know.
What's his name? Oh, the guy who did.
I'm not about to look that up. I'm trying to read a fact here, Dean.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give the fact that you're giving and not the other one that I don't know.
I'll find it out afterwards. So yeah, he turned down working with frequent collaborator Christopher Nolan on Tenet to score
Reject.
Yeah, he turned him down to score this for the same reason. Denis Villeneuve was the top choice, but turned down to offer to direct the Bond film No Time to Die. And also Hans Zimmer apparently spent a week in the deserts of Utah alone to assimilate some of the sounds of the landscape into his thinking for the score.
And he also turned down the Buggles reunion tour in order to do this movie.
Oh, what a shame.
Absolute wasted talent. Sorry, but can you imagine if Hans Zimmer reformed the Buggles and what they would sound like with Hans Zimmer now? And you're telling me you don't want to hear that shit?
I don't know. Let's see.
Video killed the boom.
Yeah, you're right. Ludwig Göransson.
There we go.
Big Tenet. There you go.
Nailed it.
There you go. And here we are. We got. I don't know who the guy's name is.
Yeah. Göransson, he did the Mandalorian theme, which sounds suspiciously like the theme from the old sitcom Hello Hello. So if anyone cares to check those out and do a little comparison and tell me I'm not wrong, don't tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not looking that up. Sorry.
No, we're not looking that up.
Am I
We
looking at the
don't
wrong-
do audio
Oh,
gags here on the commentary. We don't even do audio for the movie that we're watching.
No, we can't because we'll get copyright.
We will get shut
Right.
down so fucking fast. Even Jeff won't be able to save me.
Yeah,
He won't even send me a salamander.
bastard.
Fucking bastard. Right, here we go. More fire,
Oh,
more
let me
blood.
spell
So
his
we
name.
got red and orange now. That's cool.
Pronounce that name.
Nope. Absolutely not. Sorry, Babs. But I am not touching your surname for fear of a reckoning. I will ruin your career just by incorrect pronunciation, osmosis.
Oh, I'm gonna say Olusan Malkin.
Nailed
Olusan
it.
Malkin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
George is in touch with his roots. He knows what's up.
my roots.
Some roots.
He was at Black Mirror.
He was in Black Mirror. There's a show that I probably will never catch up on because
Is it?
it is just too fucking close. Now I can't handle it. My heart can't handle
It's
it.
pretty,
It-
pretty rough.
And even though I'm
Sorry.
pretty sure that the newer episodes will probably be lower quality than the older episodes, they're still, because of everything else, they could hit me so much harder. And I struggled with the early ones. And that was when times were slightly less bad.
Slightly less bad.
Yeah, give it 2 weeks and we'll be in Dune, mate. We're in the Duneverse. Earth will get assimilated into this. At least Zendaya will rescue me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Might have to stab a dude.
Paul, well,
Might not.
Why not?
Might stab him, might delete later. Felt cute. I don't know. Whatever. Obviously, Zendaya was cute. I stabbed him. Yeah. Why? It was all her fault. You know, women drive to do crazy things.
He's got his first kill.
It's going to be hopefully the first of many firsts that this man is about to experience. Going to get himself some sandy cooch.
Good stuff.
Little bit of sandy cooch. Give us some of that Dusty D.
So dusty in the Duneverse.
Yep.
You can see it. They're
both trying to make out, and it's just like a sandstorm. They're just reaching around in the dark trying to find each other. Like standing in out. You know?
Well,
here we go. Long line of people on their way across the desert. Surely it would be better to all split up and go in like a radial kind of.
it's right. They were on the rocks, so
No, but send somebody out as a decoy just in case.
and they got one there. It's riding the worm.
Here he goes. Riding the worm. This metal as fuck. That Ride the Worm. That should be an album. That's like probably like a. That's Judas Priest, obviously, Riding the Worm. Just for the, I don't even need to explain that one. Riding the Worm, Judas Priest coming soon. I heard their new song. I wish they would have done Riding the Worm. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, we made it.
Yeah, we made it. All on these rocks.
All the way.
And we are done. Everyone. Because most blockbusters would end on like a big, epic, memorable action scene. But Denise and Auteur, we're going to we're going to end on a rock. What do you mean, like floating through space, hurtling towards the surface of the planet at 1,000 miles an hour? No, just walking on a rock in a line. Credits.
Man gets shanked.
That's the feeling we want people to leave this theatre with, is having a little stroll. Just fade out. Like, stand by me.
Do.
You know?
Well, she said it's only the beginning.
Stand by me.
Stand by me.
There we go. Oh, I'm slow today. I'll tell you what. That's unfortunate. But you know what? He's always so slow, this movie. But I think that was the buy. That was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't know how this one was going to go. A bit too serious. Are we going to be able to make you want to watch this as many times as George has watched it? Even the credits are orange, by the way. And
I'd say they're red.
If anyone, I'm going to be honest now, if anyone watches this whole movie with us to this point, you are the best.
You are a trooper.
That is the best thing. And if we made you want to watch this movie again and we appreciate it, and maybe just in our shitty, observations made you just realize just how good the movie was, because it was just so different to the shit that we said. If that's what it takes for you to get that out of it and get something good from it, and hopefully you chuckled a couple of times, and then click like and subscribe, because that's all we really care about. Fuck you. No.
Oh, you ruined it.
I did ruin it. I can't help it. I absolutely can't help it. But anyway, Poproast podcast. The credits are rolling. Are we gonna roll out the whole credits? Are we gonna?
I mean,
I'm gonna start crying. I'll go for my Oscar speech. Like, if we keep going, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think
probably long credits.
This will do it, because this is technically going to be the longest upload. The longest show,
yeah.
And it's going to take me the longest to upload it. So
okay, a lot of credits, and we don't need to stick around for the grip. I'm not going to make a joke. We respect the grips.
Yeah,
we love a good grip. Sometimes I grip multiple times a day, and we will see everyone on our next episode. We've got, watch out, St. Patrick's Day coming up. We might have something going on for that. Might be more of these fun times to be had, and we'll see you soon.
Peace to Arrakis.
Sandy Peace.
Damn.
Shams. He's got Sandy Peace, George. Because he's dick.
He's got that dusty D. Goodbye.